This place was extremely evil, the Double Days Hotel. These people had a holding cell constructed within this hotel. Between two walls, they had a crawl space. Between a room and a room, they left out like a 3-foot to a 4-foot space. Nobody cannot say that this space was actually constructed as a storeroom. People don't put toilet in storeroom, especially when it's that cramped and that tight. Remember I said in the video, right? Ariana was kept somewhere like livestock waiting to be killed. See, these things are my body that people when I go places like to tell me, oh, you have a nice sleeve. This is not sleeve, bro. These are warding tattoos. These are guards, right? These symbols have meaning. If you do your research and you understand certain things, right? I said it. I said they needed her between 12 to 1 o'clock. Just saw a video on Melly Mel's page of the father saying that at 1:30, now y'all are giving me the okay to go in and search the building because the deed was done. Well, let me explain to you something, right? If the God, and more than likely that is the God, because I did some more research on the God that they call Kali, right? And the deity is said to give you extreme amount of riches for your sacrifice. Life whatsoever sacrifice you give to her, you get more riches. But when the sacrifice is botched, the demon inside of her come out to destroy everything. Don't matter how much years you're feeding this demon. Once the sacrifice, once the feeding is botched, she destroys everything that she would have given to you, right? And the fact that the AA Hotel was burned to the ground after Ariana's incident did not go according to plan. The family never left. Everybody was there. This is a whole thing all over the world. Of course it was botched. It was never to go like that. So of course AA Hotel was burned to the ground because everything coexists with what the deity does, right? I saw a post of some people urging people to take back some of the stuff. You got to know how strong your spirituality is, because more than likely, if it was garnered through those manners, a lot of those stuff might still be attached to that deity. You might find strange stuff happening to you, right? But you see this holding cell which was constructed at the hotel, you got to ask yourself, how many of the reported cases of people going missing at this hotel was actually people going missing? Because at least 6 incidents were reported to the police as murder. But how many people would have been to this hotel and just went missing? Because think about it. Between 2 hotel rooms, there's a 4-foot space that no one has access to. There's one trap door to get to this place. Only them and they know that this exists. What are you doing in there? Listening to people having sex? No. That was a holding cell for them to do their dirty work. There is a video circulating on social media where a young lady said, who was in one of the rooms adjacent to this same crawl space, said, between the hours between 12 to 1 o'clock, I gave you the time on the dot. Fed up telling you, when I say these things, sometimes it can just grow with the accuracy which it will be. She said between 12 to 1 o'clock, she heard a muscle scream. And she told her boy who she was in the hotel with, you didn't hear that just now? And he said, it's probably somebody fucking in the next room. And she said, it didn't sound like the scream of sex. Didn't sound like that. It sounded like a scream of distress. So, we got to get it right. Well, as I said, when you call them, there's coming, right? Just receive a video or live stream of Mola basically come out to defend her position why she didn't post, right? And instead of her saying that she'll post something or she'll help, she said, I'm going to come off of social media for my own mental health. You're not coming off of social media for your mental health. Let's be very, very clear here. You're coming off of social media because there's no financial gains for you to gain by posting anything for Ariana. If we had said we'll give you $50,000 to make a video for Ariana or $100,000, you would have. The main reason why you're saying that you're going to come off the net is because your rich backers, the people who pay you to do promotion, might not like what you have to say and you will get less promotion. This is what I say all the time. A lot of these social media entities don't care about you because most of the people she influence, or at least 98% of the people that she influences, poor people. And she would put her rich financial backers above you, and instead of she even rectify it at this tense moment, when her sister is even calling the Guyanese public jackass and all these things, she rather said, I'll come off of social media for a while. Because at this point in time, social media has no financial gains to her. Helping Ariana has no financial gains to her. She'll come back at the point in time when the situation is calm to sell a few more products. I hope at that point in time, she's already cancelled. Y'all don't listen to this girl when she come back. This girl come on the net to say, I'm suffering from mental issues. Every week or every month on your social media, you make it seem like if you're living the best life. You on every island, going on trips 24/7, you're the shit. Suddenly you have mental issues. There are people living here in Guyana that's struggling to find food every day of the week. And they watch your social media posts and think you're living the best of the best life. At least today now you're coming out to say, oh, my life is not that fine and dandy. It's not that fine and dandy because at the end of the day, you cannot get what you want to get out of the Ariana situation. There's no financial gain. This thing is not for finances. I have 2 children, boy and girl. So Polo Boss made a video. That's the main reason why I'm doing this. My children, one of them attend public school. If you'd like to know, somebody kidnapped my child, and this government will do nothing to help me. The police force will do nothing to help me. Let's be honest, all of these experience is something we got to think about, because a lot of us are children using the public school system. A lot of us are children using the public transportation system. And if something happens to you and the people who do it to you is bigger than you, and the police will stand there in solidarity with them to see these crimes committed, we have to stop it at some point in time as parents. We have to stand and stop it. And that's why I'm even calling on the good policemen and women to help to put in a stop into this, bro. What happened there was blatant, bro. It's not to say that, oh shit, Ariana go missing and they found Ariana like 2 hours afterwards and Ariana was dead. So let the investigation run. Ariana went missing 1 o'clock the previous day and was found 10 o'clock the next morning. The police didn't storm the building, check room to room, did the most that they could do, bring sniffer dogs and everything else. They protected the building instead. They're protecting the interests of rich people only. So the Guyana police force is constructed only for rich people. And let me tell you this ain't got nothing to do Afro-Guyanese and Indo-Guyanese, because Afro-Guyanese and Indo-Guyanese, this police force is failing. You know how much many have many Indian friends. You know how much of them get robbed, all type of thing. The police come in very late on these incidents. Since everybody crying out about the sluggishness and the manner which the police force is being run. So the president and the vice president needs to look into this. It's too close to the election, bro. For y'all got these banners going on with certain things, even if there's your friends, sometimes you just gotta let the chips fall where they may. And you see these social media personalities who have the power to make a difference, but they choose not to. Y'all wicked, right? Y'all wicked. This is why your deeds telling upon you, right? And this is why I say you have a mental issue. You don't have a mental issue, you have a bad mind, and that is facts 1 on. A lot of them that we follow on social media is cockroaches. If you're following somebody that have a large or a small platform and they have posted absolutely nothing in support of Ariana, you don't follow them. Because there's big content creators from all over the world, Jamaica, Trinidad, London, America, making videos calling for justice to this child. Some of them, their platform too big for that. They can't even post a little picture saying justice to Ariana. Some of them don't care nothing about nobody, bro. That's why the only thing they create social media for is get a little influencer money. And when you go to the places, it's nothing like what they send you to do. So if you're following a social media content creator and they have posted absolutely nothing to help this child out, unfollow that person, right? Let me tell y'all something. Here why the situation with this child was put in is dire, right? This child was killed either between 12 to 1 o'clock in the morning. Imagine you tie up in a room or locked up in a room waiting to be killed like livestock. And you hear your father, your mother, and other people outside calling your name. You're thinking, oh, they can come and get me. You're hearing the police forces there. And you're thinking, they're going to come and get me. And the police force all the while is guarding, standing guard to make sure that you meet your demise. Only God can tell what that child was going through at that point in time. So thinking that, oh, the Guyana police force is going to come and save me. And no, the Guyana police force is standing guard to make sure you meet your maker. Right? And let me say this. The reason why I'll put the time span at 12 to 1, you must always check my jewelries. Check all of them. They're Egyptian signs, right? When you study ancient religion, bloodletting, right? Blood sacrifice is something ancient. And there's a part of the Bible that specifically gives you a time when demons can cross freely in and out of the earth, right? That's why you see when they had the thing with the rapture, whatsoever, when they had to paint the blood above the door, God gave them a specific time because God allowed these demons to come and collect these children. God have said it many times. Read your Bible properly. The devil is there to play his part to test mankind. So there is a timing. So the fact that the police had to be in there, they had to get this girl at this specific time to do what they had to do. Right? Whether it's the owner, whether it's a guest, whosoever was there, they wanted to do that on that particular piece of land to bless that land. I don't know which religion the person is. If the person is a specific type of religion, there's a god that's called Kali. Right? And to release the Kali Tower energy at a specific location, you need blood sacrifice. And what is the best blood sacrifice? Human sacrifice. You remember when the prophet was about to sacrifice his son, God tell you don't do it, sacrifice a lamb. So this blood sacrifice thing has been an ancient religion, bro. Ancient. The Mayans used to do it, and the Mayans used to group up thousands of people and kill them every year for bless the land. That's why the Mayan society, well, rumored, that's what they thought. That's why the Mayan society was one of the biggest society at that point in time. One of the strongest, because they believed heavily in blood sacrifice. And you see, when people do blood sacrifice one time with small animals, and they get results, they keep upping the game. So it's no wonder people are saying this particular hotel periodically every 5 years taking life, because why? They need to bless the land to let the business grow. So you see these cockroaches out here, I gotta call them cockroaches all the time, because they just come in and fucking up things, and they ain't care about nobody, bro. They only care about themselves. When they got a problem, they want to jump on social media, oh, this happened to me and that happened to me. Who the fuck cares what happened to you, bro? Yeah, I don't care nothing about nobody. You try to lose your life. And a jackass sister out here talking, all type of thing, but education. Educated people sometimes be some of the most stupid people, because people gotta read and write for y'all, even though y'all know. Y'all gotta see clear-cut signs, right? A man's going to court with a man dead in the brain, get caught on camera, and they're saying that, oh, you didn't see the flames fly out the gun. So I don't want to hear certain people telling people certain things. I tell people all the time. Me, I'm not a rich man, I'm not a super educated man, I'm a man with a lot of common sense. And if you use your common sense, bro, you'll see enough of these people just cockroaches, my buddy. It's a set of cockroaches on the internet here trying to spread a narrative which you know is false. Wait for the autopsy. I'm so mad that the government handpicked who they wanted to do the autopsy. I would have glad for some Caribbean, just like how they got CARICOM. Let CARICOM go and select somebody randomly and independently to come and do the autopsy on this girl. I'm not saying that the guy will not do his job. But what I'm saying is, I don't trust people hand selecting people when people had a whole police force stand guard for this child to die. I don't trust anything that they would hand select. Let independent body select somebody to deal with this matter. And that is facts 100.